This video is a bit of a public service announcement, and we're talking about your right to request an independent test if you've been stopped for DUI. So if you have already been charged with DUI, by the time you watch this video, it's probably too late to do this or use any of this information. But if you're just curious about how this works, or if you did request an independent test, this is where it can be very helpful. So when you are arrested for DUI, they take you into custody. They want to take a sample from you, a breath or a blood sample. When they draw your blood, they'll take 2 vials, one's for the government, one's for the defense. And we are able to retest that blood if we want to do that. But you also have a right to go get your own test at that time. You can request a reasonable opportunity to go gather what's called exculpatory evidence. So the police are in total control when they're taking your blood down at the police station or down at the jail or down in a DUI van. They are in control of that. They're using their own kit. They're using their own phlebotomist, or the officer is a phlebotomist. He's drawing the blood out of your body. And that does not mean that that is independent at all. So even though you're getting a second vial, we want to know where that vial came from. We want to know what type of forensic evidence kit they have. We want to know what the officer used to swab your arm and all these different things. So you have a right to actually go get an independent test, or to call an attorney like the R&R Law Group, and we can help arrange to have an independent test done down at the police station where you're being held in custody. That way we have control over who comes in, who actually does our own swab, who actually does withdraw the blood from your body. That's our own. That's totally independent of the government, of the police. Now, you have a right to request it. The police will often overlook that, or they'll give you very limited opportunities, or just simply requesting it, not actually going and getting that test, will cause a bunch of problems. Meaning the police will deny that, or they will infringe upon your right to go get that test. That opens the door to a lot of problems. You have a right to go do that, and when they infringe on that right, one of the ramifications for that, one of the remedies for the police infringing on that right, is a dismissal of the charge. And I mean all the charges, the DUI charge, the impaired to the slightest degree charge, everything. Because the evidence that you could have gone and obtained on your own is exculpatory, which means it could show that you're innocent. So if the police come back and they say, the blood result looks like this, it's above the legal limit, it was impairment, it was all of these things, we can say that's neat that they have that test, but they denied us from going to get our own test, for getting our own exculpatory evidence that would have shown that in fact there was no impairment, there was no blood alcohol content over the legal limit. And because they denied us that right to go do that, they infringed on that right, the only remedy at this point in time is to have the entire case thrown out. So remember that. If you are finding yourself in a situation where you're being charged with DUI or investigated for DUI, you have a right to say, I want to go get an independent test. Make sure you say that, use those words if you're ever in that situation. I hope that you're not, but if you are, that could be a major issue that will help us resolve your case successfully. I hope you find this information helpful. If you like it, please share it with some other people so that this message gets out. And if you do, unfortunately, come across this video and you've already been charged with DUI, make sure you give us a call. This is just one little minor sliver of a tidbit of information, but there are many, many other defenses that we can discuss with you. Thanks for watching.